I was 16 years old and I started coaching boxing.
And in 1977, some of the young amateurs he was training turned pro with Steward's help.
They want to revive boxing in Detroit in this new arena. And kids like this kid and Tommy Hearns will do it.
World titles followed. First it was Homer Kenty. 6 months later, it was Tommy Hearns' turn.
That's all. The fight is over. It ends in the second round.
A boxing dynasty had taken shape.
Here in Detroit, we were cranking out world boxing champions, much like the automobile plants was cranking out cars. Big headline stories all over the United States. Young Detroit coach on the producer champion. Often proper conditioning will determine whether a fighter wins or loses. Many times a boxer is training and they don't train to the best of their ability. They're just lazy. And those guys usually suffer. And we have some fighters that we have saw that are good, we say, for the first half of a fight. And they fall apart in the latter part of the fight. A lot of it is because of not proper conditioning. And sometimes it's a case of actually mental stamina. It's very important that a boxer boxes to the point where he gets a little exhausted and then he continues to box. It's what you can do while you're tired and exhausted. It's what's going to determine the fighters who will go on to be the winning fighters and the great fighters are compared to the good fighters. Mental stamina also is developed when you train properly and learn how to compete and to continue training when you're tired and exhausted. The other case is oftentimes many fighters, they overtrain. They are so consumed with winning, so consumed with not getting exhausted, not getting tired, that they train too much. And the human body can only take but so much. And that's where it's very important to have the experience of understanding the difference between overtraining and undertraining. A lot of times you will see a fighter that's training, in the beginning of his training, everything is sharp and crisp. And in the latter stages of the training, everything is slow, he's sluggish. He's getting hit with punches from the same sparring partners that he was beating so easy maybe weeks ago. And it's simply because his body is too fatigued. I had the experience of dealing with a situation where my fighter was overtrained in 1981 when Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard fought their first fight. Thomas Hearns so concerned about being in great condition for his big super fight that he wanted to train by running in the morning, boxing 8, 9, 10, 12 rounds with top boxers in the afternoon, and then he wanted to run again in the evening. And as a result, he came into the fight overtrained, weighed in 2 pounds under the limit, which surprised everyone. Ray Leonard was bigger than him. And if you remember that fight, Thomas Hearns was not a big welterweight. That was the first time that Thomas was a skinny welterweight. And going down the stretch, he did not have the energy or the strength to hold off a strong fighter such as Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray came on. And if you look at the fight, even when it ended, Hearns was just weak. And it's a very important thing to know when your fighter has peaked and to know when he hasn't peaked. And that really comes from experience. A boxer should leave the gym not totally exhausted and not being weak where he can't hardly do anything. It means that he's usually overtrained often. If you are watching this video and have not participated in this clinic, I invite you to visit www.emmanuelstewardonline.com and register.